Welcome, wonderful dreamers. Today I'm baking the first test batch of homemade old-fashioned donuts. I want a recipe that uses wholemeal flour, Greek yogurt, and raw sugar or raw honey. I'm still learning to use wholemeal flour. It requires a bit more hydration and usually an extra 15-20 minutes of rest time. I'm also learning to weigh my ingredients instead of just going by cups. This is plain or all-purpose wholemeal flour, so I'm adding baking powder as a leavening agent instead of using yeast. So the donut will have more of a cake-like flavor and texture, which is what makes it an old-fashioned donut. Plus a little bit of bicarbonate of soda. It will react with the acidity of the Greek yogurt. It improves the rise, and it helps with the browning of the dough, which is why you get that nice golden color. And of course, I will add a splash of vanilla and 1 egg. I mix all the wet ingredients together before adding them to the dry ingredients. And even though sugar is a dry ingredient, it works best when added to wet ingredients first. Even though this is a test batch and may need adjusting, I will leave the recipe with the possible adjustment notes in the description. I'm using my Danish whisk to mix in the wet ingredients before using my hand. I do enjoy making food from scratch. It's creative, rewarding, and I love learning new skills. Now I will let it sit for about 15 minutes so the flour has a chance to hydrate. 15 minutes later, I'm going to divide the dough into 40 grams or 1.4 ounce portions. Then I will make a ball and put a hole in the center. Then stretch the center to form the donut shape. I'm so glad I put the milk in the way. While making the donuts, I wondered why they are in the shape of a ring. Apparently, donuts were originally made by Dutch settlers in North America in early 1600s, and they were called ollekokes, which means oil cakes. The oil cakes were solid balls of fried dough resembling small nuts. Because the dough was thick, the outside would cook faster than the inside, often leaving the center raw and doughy. Eventually, the center was removed, forming the classic ring shape we know today. In the early 1800s, the English term doughnut started appearing in written records. And a 16-year-old American sailor named Hanson Gregory is credited with introducing and making the classic ring-shaped donut popular in 1847. The donut was originally spelt D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T. Then in the 1950s, an American company, Dunkin' Donuts, helped make the new spelling become mainstream. I'm using sunflower oil. It has already cooked 1 batch of sweet dough, so it's fine to use for the donuts. I'm going to fry the donuts at a temperature of 165 to 170 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 330 to 340 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to have a calm, safe production line. Once the first is done, the system should be underhand. Okay, so I will remove 1. Then flip 1. Add 1. The donut that was just removed is ready to be covered in cinnamon sugar. Then into the bowl, ready to eat. And I'll keep repeating the process until they are all done. I love the color. First thing I do when finished is turn the oil off and remove it from the hot plate. I will pack the oil away once it is completely cool. I have definitely made a mess with all the sugar, but that's okay because I'm the one that cleans it up. It feels good and smells great. It tastes yummy, but it is a bit dense and dry. It needs to be lighter. I think it could use less flour and maybe a bit more baking powder. What are your thoughts or suggestions? Let me know in the comments. I hope you had a good day.